Chapter 4. Thus I learned an important fact. The little prince's planet was no larger than a house. But that did not really surprise me much. I knew very well that in addition to the great planets to which we gave names, such as the Earth, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, there are also hundreds of others. Some of them are very small. It's hard to see them even through the telescope. When an astronomer discovers one of these, he does not give it a name, but only a number. He might call it, for example, asteroid 325. I have serious reason to believe that the planet from which the little prince came is the asteroid known as B612. This asteroid was seen through the telescope only once by a Turkish astronomer in 1909. He had presented it to the International Astronomical Congress, but he was in Turkish costume, and so nobody believed what he said. Grown-ups are like that. Fortunately, however, in 1920 the astronomer gave his representation again, dressed in European costume, and this time everybody accepted his report. Why do I tell you these details about the asteroid? Because I want to talk about the grown-ups. When you tell them that you have a new friend, they never ask you any important questions. They never say to you, what does his voice sound like? What games does he like? Does he collect butterflies? Instead, they demand, how old is he? How many brothers has he? How much does he weigh? How much money does his father make? Only from these figures they think they learn anything about him. If you say to the grown-ups, I saw a beautiful house made of rosy brick with geraniums in the windows and doves on the roof, they won't have any idea of that house at all. You must say, I saw a house that cost $20,000. Then they will exclaim, oh, what a pretty house that is. Just so, you may say to them, the proof that the little prince existed is, he was charming, he laughed, and he was looking for a sheep. If anybody wants a sheep, that is a proof that they exist. And what will they do? They will shrug their shoulders and say that you are a child. But if you say to them, the planet he came from is asteroid B612, then they will be convinced. They are like that. Children must always show great forbearance toward grown-up people. But certainly, for us who understand life, figures are very important. I shall begin this story like a fairy tale. I want to say, once upon a time there was a little prince. He lived on a planet that was very small and he needed a sheep. To those who understand life, that will seem like a true story. But I do not want anyone to read my book carelessly. I suffered much to write down these memories. 6 years passed since my friend went away from me with his sheep, and I try to describe him here because I do not want to forget him. To forget a friend is sad. Not everyone has a friend, and if I forget him, I may become like the grown-ups who are not interested in anything but figures. It is for that purpose too that I bought a box of paints and some pencils. It is hard to draw again at my age. I never made any pictures except those of the boa from the outside and the boa from the inside. I made these drawings when I was 6. I shall certainly try to make my portraits as true as possible, but I am not sure of success. I make some errors too in the little prince's eye. In one place he is too tall and in other too short, and I feel some doubts about the color of his costume. In certain more important details I shall make mistakes also. But that is something that will not be my fault. My friend never explained anything to me. He thought, perhaps, that I was like himself. But I, alas, do not know how to see sheep through the walls of boxes. Perhaps I am a little like the grown-ups. Maybe I grew old.